Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Jenna here with a review, technically. I mean, I kind of already reviewed this product before. If you looked at the description, you know what's happening. First of all, this packaging. More so not packaging, but what the parcel, I believe this is called a parcel that you get in the mail. Juno Co. You might have seen this microfiber sponge online before. I've seen a lot of YouTubers review these, but that's what we are doing today. We are talking about the microfiber sponge, and I will be doing one side of my face with the Real Techniques sponge and then with the microfiber sponge on the other side. We're gonna hop into it. There is no keep on watching. That's what we're doing right now, what's happening. So, I ordered, let's see, I ordered a bundle, I know that for sure. What was this bundle called? Microfiber sponges and cleaning bar bundle. So I received, or I bought, I didn't receive, I bought 4 microfiber velvet sponges. I got 2 of the fusion sponge, which I'll pull these babies out so that you can see what they look like. And then 2 of the velvet sponge. I think this is like the OG sponge that they started with possibly. And then I bought one that reminds me very much of my Morphe sponge that I absolutely loved. It ripped and it was time to say goodbye. I have always been the type of person to buy sponges and after 3 months I replace them. No more. So I bought the Clean Up Your Act Solid Cleansing Bar that Juno Co sells, and these sponges are cruelty-free, I believe, latex-free and cruelty-free. Achieve the ultimate in foundation coverage with this makeup brush and blender fusion sponge. Save 50% more makeup product and spend 50% less time applying with your innovative design, perfect for blending in all formulas. So I actually tried these out way back when, like I think in October, this October? No, last October, it's 2019. Last October when I was doing face painting, and I actually used my microfiber velvet sponge for face painting and it blended beautifully. Oh my gosh, honestly, if you remember when I made myself look like a leaf, I think this is the sponge that I used. But I reviewed the sponge separately. I don't know. I was still in training, a beauty guru in training, if you will, when I was reviewing this. I just keep looking at this package. Oh my god. Does anyone watch Simply Nailogical? I can never say her name right, but Christine. Hello everybody, Christine here. My favorite Canadian, love her, and she's just so funny. But anyways, back to this. So, I've always cleaned my brushes with the oh my god, it smells so good. The Dr. Bonner's soap. I don't have a, here we go. So I'm kind of interested because you can use this to clean brushes and your sponges. Ooh, it smells really good. It has like a fruity smell. I love that. This is what a Morphe sponge looks like. And then I'll rip this bad boy open. My microfiber sculpting sponge. Hello? Oh, I have to cut it open, do I? Yeah. Oh, I don't have a scissors. Oh no, that is thick plastic. I can't bite through that. There has to be something sharp down here. I had a tweezers earlier when I was messing around with false eyelashes. Where did it go? Probably stab something open. Oh, yes, got it. Okay, let's try to stab this open. If not, I will get a scissors. But I'm a Girl Scout, so I shouldn't need scissors. Alright, so I'm gonna use these Kiss tweezers to puncture a hole in here. Got it. Scissors. Who needs that? Okay. Oh, these ones have little tabs. Do you see that over here? This one doesn't have a tab, so I stabbed a little hole in it, but it didn't rip. Got it. Haha! Rip this bad boy open. So this is what this sponge looks like, this microfiber sculpting sponge. It has 2 dents on the side. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. I don't think so, unless that's just how it came in the mail. And it's just fuzzy. It feels so soft. So this is what the sponge looks like, and I prefer these kinds of sponges that have these ends for when I do my eyes first. I can just like tap, 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 and I get like a sharp edge. It is perfect. So I'll put this bad boy back in here because I already know I'll like this sponge, but I want to try either, let's see, the Fusion sponge or the Velvet sponge. Well, let's do the microfiber Fusion sponge because I feel like that is also closest to this one, so I feel like I won't be like, this sponge sucks, because I do have my eyes on already. So we'll set these 2 off to the side. And this one doesn't have the little tabs. It only has on these yet again. Ugh, tweezers. Don't fail me now. Alright, so this is the microfiber fusion sponge. Looks like this. Ooh. And I will open the other bad boy here. The user manual says, clean your sponge, do's and don'ts. Oh, good to know. There you go. Run your sponge under warm water to loosen trapped product. Create a lather using a gentle soap squeeze until all product is out and water runs clean. Don't vigorously rub or scrub product off sponge. Use any textured brush cleaning contraptions. It will tear, submerge, and leave the sponge in water. Okay, good to know for when I clean it because I will be cleaning it in this video, I believe. And I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory on how you apply stuff with a sponge. I feel like it's no different than the Real Techniques sponge. So this is the size right now, but this isn't wet yet, so I don't want to do a comparison. So now is the true test. I'm going to wet this and we'll watch it expand. They feel equally as soft as each other, so that's good news. I zoomed in just a little bit so that when we start applying the foundation, I can just go straight into it. So now I'm going to wet one of the sponges. It has my name on it. Ooh, that was kind of like... Hopefully you can hear that, because that's kind of cool. Ooh. So I'm letting the water... Because Beauty blenders should be damp, not wet, so I'm trying to squeeze out some, but not all of the water. It feels denser than the Real Technique ones for sure. Try not to get the other one wet. The water turned blue, which is weird. I can't really show. Oh, I just spilled on myself. Can't really show you, but it did turn a little blue. Did it expand? Is this expanded? Oh, yeah. Okay. So here's one, here's the other. Here they are really close to each other. Okay, yeah, it did expand. I'm kind of weirded out that the water turned blue, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I just think it was interesting. Where did I... Why am I a mess? Okay. Stick you back in here. Okay. So I already put my primer on. On my eyes, I have the Earth palette, and I just used the browns, and then I put my ColourPop Special Delivery Super Shock Shadow on my lid. Used what was ever left on one of my like inner corner brushes, this Jordana liner, and mascara, brows, obviously. So that part's done. I used my OG primer because I know how it works, and I know that it works well with my foundations, which the combo that I normally do is the Derma E Essentials Radiant Glow Face Oil and the NYX Honey Dew Me Up Serum. I don't think this is what it's called. Whatever. Okay. So concealer, I always do concealer first. I use my... So I'll do this off to the side, or here. Can we do that? Right side, Real Techniques. Left side will be the fiber sponge. Ooh, it's soft. Okay. Concealer, C11 from Makeup Revolution. Just gonna wipe. Normally I do my forehead, but for trying to keep this pretty even, I'm not going to, because I'm not doing a full glam look right now. I'm just testing out the sponge. And I'm applying the normal amount of this concealer, plus mixing in a little bit of C9. That's what I normally do. Okay. I'm gonna do the Real Techniques side. Yeah, I like Real Techniques, but they don't really have a sponge outside of the little ones that I don't want to keep buying. In the flat end, like the Morphe sponge. Okay, so that blended out easily. Now for the microfiber sponge. I'm a little worried just because I know that when you apply with a new sponge, it's going to soak up the product, but this supposedly isn't going to soak up as much product. I've never used... No, it's not true. The little... It's really funny because they actually just came out with, I feel like it's blended, the minis of their sponges. Juno Co did. So Juno Co recently... Oh wow, that actually is really good. I blended out the concealer. It actually looks really good on both sides. For foundation, this sucks. My favorite foundation you're not supposed to blend out with a sponge, so I'll just do my second choice. My second choice is the Total Control Droplet Foundation. And I usually put it on my Solo Sponge. Shout out to anyone who still uses a Solo Sponge. I bought it and I just repurposed it. So now I use it to put foundation on my face. Swipe. Oh, I think I put too much on the Solo Sponge. So I'm going to rub off equal parts onto the sponges, because this is what I do. If there's like stuff left over on the Solo Sponge, I'll just coat my beauty blender with it. Or not my beauty blender, sorry, my beauty sponges, because they're technically not. Okay, I'm going to blend out this side first. Is this the right shade? This is the darker one. Whoops. Okay, so because I picked my summer shade, I need to add a few drops of a lighter one because otherwise I'm gonna look crazy. I knew something was off. Alright. Either this is gonna fix it or I'm just gonna look cakey, whatever. Because I did apply a lot of foundation, I'm just rolling my sponge around to absorb some of the excess foundation, which, who knows if this sponge will be able to do that or not. I don't know. I hope it does. But I also like a sharp edge on my sponge because I do my brows first. I can usually clean up my brows here with my sponge. Alright, I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Alright, onto this mess. I'm dripping. So I'm going to take the flat end of the sponge, the Juno Co sponge, and what is the sponge called again? The Fusion sponge. Oh wow, that like covers. Holy cow. Bring some down. So when I order things, I have a crazy habit of buying things the day before a new release. So Juno Co actually just released their minis of their sponges. So Real Techniques has minis of like the sponges that I like, where they have a very sharp end, like that sculpt one I was talking about, but they only have it in the mini. I have not seen it in a bigger sponge yet, which is why I don't want to keep buying stuff from Real Techniques, because it's not the sponge I want. So now I'm doing what I did on the other side. I have to get right here. I'll just mix the two together. What was I saying? Oh, I'm rolling the sponge around to gather some more foundation up on the sponge, because right now I just look cakey. And I want to give this sponge a fair chance for a review. I would hold up the sponges for comparison on like how dirty they get, but I've had this sponge for about a week, I want to say, so I don't think that would be a fair comparison. So this is what the sponge looks like. Now, you can still see the blue, which I think is very interesting because that means it's not soaking towards the middle necessarily. I mean, it applied the foundation nicely. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm looking at both sides of my face. I want to say, and I roughly applied the same amount of foundation on both sides. I look so tan. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let me apply like a lip or something because my lips look fine. Gotta love concealer lips. Alright. This side, I can tell, like the foundation itself, the more droplets you add, the more coverage it is. But even though I had a lot of drops, it doesn't look as full coverage as I think it should. I mean, it still looks nice, it looks very skin-like, but it looks like my skin is still peeking through underneath the foundation. Whereas this side, I see that it's more full, like the foundation is more full coverage, and I think that has to do with how the velvet presses into your skin and presses it into your pores. I like the finish of both, but I do like the finish of the Velvet Sponge more than I do the Real Techniques Sponge. Yeah, wow. So I'm gonna stay up close, and clearly you can tell the difference between my face, because I mean, maybe it was like a thing that I picked the wrong foundation, because you can really clearly see the coverage on one versus the other. So this is the Real Techniques side. And then this is the Fusion Sponge Juno Co side. Can you tell the difference? I can. I feel like I would be happy with either or, honestly. I feel like the bundle itself, okay, let's do some math here. Let's find out what is the real deal here. I did some research. Now, the Juno Co bundle, Juno Co bundle I got was $22. It came with 4 sponges and a cleaner. On the Real Techniques website, you can get 4 sponges for $18. So you could get 4 sponges and a cleaner for $22, but on the Real Techniques one, you get 4 sponges for $18, no cleaner. Now for me, I feel like, yes, $22 for 4 sponges is a lot, but they're throwing in a cleaner, which allows you to like reuse the product, so I feel like that is more beneficial than getting 4 sponges. And then if you go to Ulta, the other thing is Juno Co is not in stores, so you are paying for shipping. Shipping was free. Let's see. I think you have to spend a certain amount to get free shipping. How much? What is that? Oh, free shipping over $22. So if you're buying 4 sponges, if you're getting that bundle, you're getting free shipping, so you don't have to pay for shipping. And I ordered this, I want to say, April 9th. Today, not of the video, but okay, so I ordered these April 9th and I got them April 13th, which I feel like is pretty fast shipping. So I guess to keep that in mind, I mean, if you're in a stitch and you really need a sponge, obviously you can just go to Ulta and you can get a sponge, a singular sponge, for like $8, I think. So, okay, how much is one singular Real Techniques sponge at Ulta? Because I'm a buy in bulk person, because I don't have to worry about going back to the store and having to buy it. So one singular Real Techniques sponge is $6, basically. And then a Juno Co sponge, one singular one, is also $6. So I feel like obviously $22 sounds like a lot, but you are getting a cleaner. And I think with most of their bundles, let's see. Oh, there are some bundles that you don't get the cleaner and they're $20. So the cleaner technically is $2 in this bundle for a cleaner. I didn't see many reviews about that cleaner. I kind of want to know. I guess I'm cleaning my sponge in this video, huh? Fun. Okay. Well, okay, so I feel like price-wise, they're about the same, but not really. Like, obviously Real Techniques is cheaper, but I did like the finish of the Velvet Sponge more. Let's go wash this bad boy. And I'm gonna wash my Real Techniques sponge, because where did I put it? Did it fall? What's up, guys? I am in my bathroom attempting to record me cleaning the Juno Co sponge and the Real Techniques sponge with the Juno Co Clean Up Your Act Solid Cleansing Bar. So the directions just say, wet cleansing bar sponge and brushes, swirl in product, create lather, run under warm water and squeeze, repeat until water runs clear, allow to fully dry before next use. Oh, I didn't have that in frame. Whoops. I'm gonna take off my sweater. roll up my sleeves. Now to start, I'm just gonna open it up. I love the way this smells so far. It smells pretty good. The first thing I will be cleaning is my Stila sponge because can't go wrong there, right? So I'm just gonna rub it all over. Should be fairly easy to clean considering all you have to do is this. It seems to lather really nice. Now I don't foresee myself using this with my brushes just because I like how I clean my brushes. However, if this is a cheaper alternative, I'll take it. Sorry if my sink's a little dirty. I live with two guys and one of them has a beard. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this baby out. There's a little product on the sponge. I'm gonna start with my Real Techniques sponge. Now mind you, this sponge, I have been using this for about 2 weeks, and I do know that when you wash them right away, it gets out all the product, but we just want to see how much we can get off. So I'm just rubbing it around. I've never used solid soap before, so I don't know what to expect. You saw the sponge at the beginning, and this is what it looks like after. I mean, obviously there's still a spot here, there's still some product in here, but it's heavily soaked in here. So I don't know how much it's really gonna come out, but I'd say this still looks pretty good from when I first bought it. Now we're gonna move on to the Juno Co sponge. I'm pretty excited for this one, not gonna lie. Yeah, you see that's clearly blue coming out. Okay. We still have some foundation right here. And I didn't use powder. I only used like regular foundation. I'm gonna try to get this off one more time. I think it's all off. Wow. So, I mean, there's like a little bit here, but this is basically a brand new sponge. Holy cow. So take a gander. I'll have to do this comparison again where I use a Juno Co sponge and then wash it right away, and then have maybe this one that I've had for 2 weeks and see how much I can get off. But I would say these sponges look pretty good. I'm impressed with the cleaner for sure. Would I buy it again? Yeah, I mean, The Clean Stick Sponge, why not? Alright, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you thought this review was helpful. If you were wondering if the Juno Co sponge was just a gimmick or if it was a scam or if like YouTubers were lying about it. Granted, I am a YouTuber, but I'm not famous, so I have no reason to lie about the Juno Co sponge. I think in my mind, the Juno Co Velvet Fusion Sponge wins over the Real Techniques sponge, and I just, oh, clearly I haven't cleaned them. This is awkward. Well, clearly I feel like the Juno Co sponge beat the Real Techniques sponge just because I liked the finish more. Granted, it's not convenient because it's all online and you can't just buy it in a store. It is a little bit pricier, but for like $22 and then you get free shipping, I think that's a great deal. I am a sucker. I have a shopping addiction, so honestly, if I just have to spend a certain amount of money to get free shipping, I will, but all I have to do is buy a bundle of sponges. And if I don't get the one with the cleaner, it's $20. I still get free shipping, and I could probably try out a different shape for the sponge. I hope this video was helpful for anyone who was considering buying the sponge, buying the cleaner, what the cleaner is like, and whether it's worth the money or not. I think it is, but that's just me personally. So this is my opinion. It doesn't have to be your opinion. I'm not bashing Real Techniques. I liked their sponge. I liked their little ones. I just wish their very tiny ones with the sharp edge came bigger. So I'm gonna lean towards Juno Co until Real Techniques makes their tiny little purple sponge bigger. Yeah. Bye everyone! See you in my next video. Bye! Thanks for watching!